All right, so we're back for another deep dive, and today it's all about cats.
Cats.
Well, not just White cats. We're going to be talking about some of the most intelligent, surprisingly shy felines out there.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah, right. I actually found a top 10 list, and let me tell you, getting into this research, I had no idea just how fascinating the connection between shyness and intelligence actually is.
It is remarkable, isn't it, how we often overlook shyness as a form of intelligence.
Yeah, for sure.
We tend to think of intelligence as this bold outward expression of problem solving or social dominance, but there's a whole other dimension to it, especially in the animal kingdom.
Absolutely. You know, when I think smart cat, my brain immediately jumps to those big iconic ones like lions or tigers, but this list really throws a wrench in that. So tell me, what pops into your head when you hear smart cat?
I think many people would default to the same big cats you mentioned. You know, lions with their complex social structures and tigers, the ultimate solo hunters. But what's fascinating is that intelligence in the animal world manifests in so many different ways.
Okay, I am so ready to have my assumptions challenged here. Let's dive into this list, shall we? Where do we even begin with these shy but brilliant felines?
How about we start with the cheetah?
The cheetah.
Yeah, everyone knows them as the fastest land animal,
Yeah.
reaching speeds of up to 80 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, of course.
But what's often overlooked is how that incredible speed is directly tied to their shyness
Hmm.
and ultimately their intelligence.
Wait, really? So it's not just about being fast. There's more to it than that.
Exactly. Imagine a cheetah out on the open savanna.
Right.
They have nowhere to hide.
Right.
So every ounce of energy counts. Being shy, choosing flight over fight, is a crucial part of their survival strategy.
Okay.
And that translates directly to how they hunt.
All right, I'm all ears. Tell me more about this shy hunting strategy.
Well, it's all about calculated precision.
Uh-huh.
They can't afford to just sprint after anything that moves.
Right. Right.
They analyze the terrain, study their prey's escape route, even factor in the wind direction before launching that incredible burst of speed.
Oh, wow.
Their shyness keeps them from wasting precious energy on risky or unnecessary pursuits.
Wow. That is so much more strategic than I ever realized. It's like they're playing chess out there on the savannah, not just a game of tag.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that level of calculated restraint, that's a sign of intelligence, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's like they're saying, I could outrun you any day of the week, but I'm going to pick my battles wisely. Okay. So the cheetah's blowing my mind already. What other shy brainiacs are on this list?
Well, let's move from the wide open savanna to a much more rugged environment.
Yeah.
The high altitude world of the snow leopard.
Okay, the snow leopard.
You've probably seen pictures. Incredibly elusive creatures, known for their stunning beauty and, of course, their shyness.
Oh yeah, the snow leopards. They're like the ultimate stealth ninjas of the cat world.
Right.
They practically disappear into those rocky landscapes.
And that disappearing act is essential for their survival.
Hmm.
Living in such harsh conditions with limited resources, avoiding unnecessary encounters is key. Their shyness, their ability to blend in and avoid detection directly contributes to their ability to thrive in such a challenging environment.
So for the snow leopard, shyness equals energy conservation, which equals survival.
Makes sense, right?
Makes sense. But it's heartbreaking to think that these incredible creatures are critically endangered. I remember reading that only a few thousand are left in the wild.
Yes, and that brings us to an even rarer feline, the Omer leopard.
Oh, the Amur leopard.
Only a few dozen of these beautiful creatures are left in the wild. And again, their rarities is directly tied to their shyness.
Wait, only a few dozen? That's just... Wow. Their spotted coat is stunning.
Yep.
So much paler than other leopards. They really are unique.
And you can imagine, as a species on the brink of extinction, their shy nature becomes even more pronounced.
Right.
It's a survival mechanism. The less they're seen, the less likely they are to encounter threats.
Okay. That is both fascinating and incredibly sad. Their shyness, which is usually such an advantage, is now directly linked to their struggle for survival.
It's a reminder that even the most intelligent adaptations can be challenged when a species faces such extreme pressures.
You're telling me. All right, so we've covered the cheetah, the snow leopard, and the incredibly rare Amur leopard. What other shy and smarty pants cats are waiting for us on this list?
Well, why don't we shift gears a bit and talk about a personal favorite of mine, The jaguar,
Oh, yes, the jaguar. They're just so impressive.
aren't they?
The largest cat in the Americas and the third largest in the world, right?
Yeah.
The power, grace, those eyes just pierce right through you.
Yeah,
But I've always been a little intimidated by them, to be honest.
I understand.
I guess that's part of their mystique.
And yet they're surprisingly shy creatures.
Oh, really?
They prefer to avoid conflict, especially with humans. They have the strength and capability to be formidable opponents, but they choose stealth and avoidance.
So it's like they're saying, I could totally take you down, but I'd rather just slip away unnoticed.
Exactly. And isn't that in many ways a sign of higher intelligence?
Hmm.
Recognizing that not every confrontation is worth the energy or the risk.
Okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here. It's like these cats are playing 4D chess while the rest of us are stuck with checkers. They're thinking several steps ahead, choosing their moves carefully. But tell me, how does this shy intelligence manifest in other cats? What about some of the less well-known species?
Well, have you ever heard of a serval?
A serval. That name rings a bell, but I can't quite place it. Refresh my memory.
I bet you've seen pictures.
Yeah.
They have a truly distinctive look. Imagine a cat with incredibly long legs, giant ears, and the most striking black spots and stripes.
Hmm.
They're almost alien looking.
Oh, right. I have seen pictures of them. Those long legs are unmistakable. But wait, how does that tie into shyness and intelligence?
Well, those long legs and ears aren't just for show.
Okay.
Servals are actually adapted to semi-aquatic environments,
Hmm.
which is unusual for cats.
Oh, really?
They wade into water to hunt fish and frogs.
Wait, hold up. Cats in the water. I'm having trouble picturing this. Aren't cats supposed to hate water?
That's the common perception, right?
Yeah.
But servals have carved out their own niche, demonstrating a remarkable adaptability and intelligence. Those long legs help them navigate shallow water, and those large ears are incredibly sensitive, helping them locate prey beneath the surface.
So they're like the cat world's version of a fishing heron.
Pretty much.
That is so cool. Okay, I am officially adding see a serval in the wild to my bucket list. What other incredible cats are waiting for us on this list?
Well, our list does include some of the more famous felines like lions, cougars,
Mm-hmm.
clouded leopards,
Right.
panthers, and tigers. But the source material didn't dive deep into the specifics of their shyness.
Hmm.
But we all know these big cats are incredibly intelligent. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, no arguments there. But this deep dive has me thinking, how do we even define intelligence in animals? Especially especially when it comes to these shy species.
That's a fantastic question. We often get caught up in those classic examples of animal intelligence. Problem solving, tool use,
Right.
complex communication, like chimps using sticks to fish out termites or dolphins with their intricate underwater language.
Right, exactly. Those are the things that usually come to mind. But this whole conversation about shy cats has me questioning everything I thought I knew about animal smarts.
And that's the beauty of it, right? Challenging those assumptions. What if we broadened our definition of intelligence? Instead of just focusing on those flashy displays, what if we considered traits like adaptability, resourcefulness, and yes, even shyness as equally important markers of intelligence?
I love that. It's like we're turning the whole concept of intelligence on its head. We're so used to associating it with boldness and dominance, but in the wild, sometimes the smartest move is to blend in, avoid conflict, and conserve energy.
Precisely. Think about the snow leopard again. Living in that high altitude environment, resources are scarce and the conditions are brutal. Their ability to thrive there is a testament to their intelligence.
Yeah.
And a huge part of that is their shyness.
Yeah.
It keeps them hidden from predators,
Yeah.
helps them conserve energy, and allows them to ambush prey more effectively.
So it's not just about being the biggest or the strongest, it's about being smart enough to survive, whatever that takes. And sometimes that means being shy and evasive. It's like playing the long game, right?
Absolutely. It's about understanding the unique challenges each species faces and appreciating the diverse ways they've evolved to meet those challenges. And this brings up an important point about human impact on wildlife.
Oh, absolutely. As we humans continue to encroach on their habitats, animals are being forced to adapt at an unprecedented rate. And for shy species, this can be particularly challenging.
Precisely. Their natural inclination to avoid contact with humans is often disrupted, leading to increased stress, habitat loss, and even conflict.
Hmm.
And this is where our understanding of shyness as a form of intelligence becomes even more crucial.
Because if we recognize that shy animals aren't simply timid or cowardly, but rather are employing a highly evolved survival strategy, we can approach conservation efforts with greater sensitivity and effectiveness.
Right. Exactly. We need to respect their need for space
Yeah.
and minimize disturbances to their natural habitats.
Yeah.
We need to develop strategies that prioritize their well-being rather than simply trying to force them into our own mold of what it means to be intelligent or successful.
Okay, so we're talking about a major shift in perspective here. It's about recognizing that there are many different ways to be smart, and that shyness in its own right is a remarkable adaptation.
Precisely. And it's a reminder that we still have so much to learn from the natural world if we're willing to listen.
So much to learn. Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of shy and smart cats, what's the what's the key takeaway you hope our listener walks away with? What will they remember long after this episode is over?
I hope they remember that the animal kingdom is full of surprises
Mm.
and that intelligence takes many forms. I hope they'll appreciate the subtle brilliance of shyness, its role in survival, and its importance in shaping the biodiversity of our planet.
Beautifully said. I hope they'll be inspired to learn more about the incredible creatures we've talked about today and to consider the diverse ways intelligence manifests in the natural world. And hey, maybe even challenge their own assumptions about what it means to be smart, successful, and resilient.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
Because sometimes the quietest voices have the most profound lessons to teach us.
So true. It's funny. We often talk about wanting to be more like animals,
Yeah.
more in tune with nature, but we tend to focus on the more glamorous aspects, like a lion's strength or a cheetah's speed.
Right.
We rarely celebrate those quieter, more introspective qualities.
It's true. We admire the alpha predators,
Yeah.
the charismatic megafauna,
Hmm.
but we often overlook the subtle brilliance of those shy and retiring species.
Yeah. But imagine if we flipped the script. What if we started valuing shyness, adaptability, and resourcefulness as much as we value boldness and assertiveness? How might that change our approach to problem solving, our interactions with each other, even our own self-perception?
It's an intriguing thought experiment, isn't it?
Mm.
Imagine a society that celebrates those who observes carefully, thinks strategically, and conserve their energy for the most crucial moments. I mean,
Yeah.
perhaps we'd see a shift away from constant competition and toward a more collaborative, sustainable approach to
I
living.
love that idea. A world where blending in is just as valuable as standing out,
Mm.
where listening is as important as speaking, and where preserving resources is seen as a strength, not a weakness.
Right.
What if we could learn to embrace some of that feline wisdom?
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe by embracing those qualities, we might even rediscover a sense of wonder and awe for the natural world.
Yeah.
A world that thrives on diversity and interdependence. A world where shyness isn't a limitation, but a superpower. It makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of shy and smart cats, I want to leave you with this thought. You're going about your day and you encounter someone who's a little quieter, a little more reserved. Maybe they're not the loudest voice in the room, but they're observing, they're thinking, they're choosing their moments carefully. Don't underestimate them.
Yes. Remember, true intelligence isn't always loud and flashy. Sometimes it's hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to open our minds and hearts to its subtle brilliance. Just like those incredible cats we've been talking about.
What a fantastic way to put it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of shy and smart cats. We'll be back soon with another exploration of the unexpected wonders of the animal kingdom. Until then, stay curious, stay open-minded, and keep exploring.